Hello there, it's Tarek again. In this video, we will be going through a few articles in the Articles of Confederation, March 1st, 1781. I'm going to only give you a few articles that will, without a shadow of doubt, prove to you that Canada is still part of the United States of America. These Articles of Confederation are something that we have to look closely at and determine what our actions need to be going forwards. As in, how are we going to be creating our notices once we have helped you with the training wheels, so to speak, of the bicycle? Then how proficient you need to be in order to create your own notices and documents and so on and so forth. So let's begin. I'm going to first read the most important parts, and then we're going to do a bit of a commenting on it. And after that, I will present to you uh, basically my own opinion, and then we'll end this video after that. So let's get started. Maybe I can highlight this. Maybe my mouse is working properly today. Okay, so let's start reading. To all to whom these presents shall come, we, the undersigned delegates of the states affixed to our names, send a greeting. Now, keep in mind that this language is still the the language that is spoken as legalese, which means that it is not the common man's tongue. So a lot of it will seem very outdated, very backwards, or some of the words actually don't make sense. However, if you read it like a legal document, then it will all make sense. And I will show you how to do your own research, how to define things, and how to find definitions. Most of you already know how to do that, but I will show you a more proficient way. Apologize if it's a little loud here. The fan is quite loud. I don't know if you can hear that. I hope you can't, but we'll just go with that. Articles of Confederation and Perpetual Union between the states of New Hampshire, Massachusetts Bay, Rhode Island, and Providence Plantations, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. So already you see how important these eastern seaboard states are. Just these that are on the eastern seaboard. Let's read Article 1. The style of this confederacy shall be the United States of America, in quotes. This is the wrong way to write this because this is written in adverb verb. It really does not say anything. So in quotations it says the United States of America. It should be for the United States of America. And if we actually drill down into what states mean and what America actually means, now there are two interpretations. One is that there was a Inca goddess by the name of Erica or America, who after whom this continent is named, after whom the country itself is named. However, there is another interpretation according to the Parsi syntax language, and that is A means no, Mary means sheep. Mary means mercy, and Ka means sheep. So no mercy for sheep. Now that's another interpretation. Feel free to take whichever the one that you want. However, I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna get into what is correct or what is, the most accepted interpretation of that. Let's read Article 2 and then we'll jump to Article 11. Each state retains its sovereignty, freedom, and independence. Again, uh, independence is adverb scenario. In means no, d means no, pen means pen, dense means contract. So no pen contract. You shall write no contract, you shall speak no contract, and you shall convey no contract. No contract. That's what it means. And every power, jurisdiction, and right which is not by this confederation, expressly delegated to the United States in Congress assembled. Now, see again here, they say the United States. However, they did not say the United States of America. So there's some, some people say that there's some discontinuity here, and I tend to agree with them. But let's continue. Now, let's go to the Article 11, which is the most important one, and this is going to show you beyond the shadow of doubt that Canada is still part of the United States. It's still a colony of the United States, the 13th colony. In the beginning, in the header, you saw the 12 colonies, and this is the 13th colony. Here we go. Article 11, Article of Confederation, 1781, Article number 11, Roman numeral 11. Canada acceding. What does that mean? Let's go take a look. Acceding or accede means agree to a demand, request, or treaty, assume an office or position, become a member or community or organization. So it's right there. Become a member of a community or organization. What is the United States of America? It's a community. It's an organization, right? So anyway, Canada acceding to this confederation and adjoining in the measures of the United States. Again, that adverb scenario, unfortunately, discontinuities here, shall be admitted into and entitled to all the advantages of this union, but no other colony shall be admitted into the same. Okay, and then it says unless such admission be agreed by the 9 states. Now, obviously, the 9 original states were the ones that formed the United States of America, and these were the Republican states that were the main staple of the United States of America. However, they by the end of the 18th century, they had added more, obviously, for obvious reasons, as we can see. So here, in this historical context, you can see the United States. The United States is actually a corporation. I should get into this into another document, in another video, which proves without a shadow of doubt that the United States is different than the United States of America. But here we see that Canada acceding to this confederation and adjoining in the measures of the United States is clearly a part of the United States. Maybe not necessarily the United States of America, but definitely a part of the United States. And of course, it is a colony. So this means that many of the advantages that are already given to other colonies, or other states, or the territories or whatever the United States has, Canada has some advantages. And it says once again, and entitled to all advantages of this union. Advantages of this union. Well, I mean, whatever those advantages are, we've already seen this. I don't need to get too much into this. So let me just pause here. Okay, so you see, just by looking at that document, just reading through that document, we come to a clear understanding that the United States of America, the Articles of Confederation in 1781, put Canada as a part of the United States of America. And not just the United States of America, it is also a part of the United States, which is a corporate entity. Now, this is something that I personally feel there's really no room for interpretation, because time and time again it has been shown Canada does not produce its own cars. Canada cannot produce most of its own food. Canada does not produce many of the other things that the United States itself produces. For example, tobacco. For example, um, clothing. Right. So many of these things that the original colonies, Puerto Rico, uh, Costa Rica, and there are many others, which enjoyed all the advantages of this union, of what the United States of America was. Key distinction, was, not is, were these same things that we hear about how the whole episode of slavery happened. There were plantations, sugarcane plantations, uh, where alcohol and tobacco was produced, cotton was produced, many other things that were produced. So plantation, right? So plantains, bananas, many other fruits and vegetables were produced for the slave owners. And so this is something that not necessarily is something that I'm talking about from that angle of the historical perspective. But what I am trying to say here, and I think you've already heard me, and you agree with me already on this, and I'm just trying to flesh this point out, is that Canada never left the Union. It has never been apart from the United States or the United States of America. It is a part of the United States. Key distinction. One more key thing that I have to say, and then we will get into another video, or rather another document, which I will be presenting to you in another video, because I need these videos to be very particular. I have to do one document at a time, otherwise it becomes very messy, and you can't really find anything. So anyway, the key thing here is that the United States of America and Canada were both ruled by Britain, and to some degree are still ruled by Britain. Many of the laws, statutes, regulations, rules, they're all, or mandates, whatever have you, they're all made or are part of the legislation of the United Kingdom. So, with that being said, we always have to be careful with what we are looking at, or how rather, how we're looking at a historical document or a historical fact, because we have to always be reading between the lines. There is so much historical facts that we already know are true. And in that light, when we read these documents, then everything falls into perspective. Everything falls into where it needs to fall into. So everything makes sense. France is part of this delegation that is from the United Kingdom to the United States of America, and they still hold power over the United States of America, including Canada. Uh, a fun fact: I was once playing poker with this, just fun poker, with this guy online, and well, there were, there were poker rooms, and so there was one guy who ostensibly said that you Canadians are French slaves, and I took offense to that, but he was right. Guy was from Belgium, but he was right that the Canadians are indeed French slaves. That is not something that, I'm not trying to offend anyone, and frankly, I was offended when that was being said. But we have to remember that a lot of the laws that are derived in Canada itself are actually French laws. With that thought, I'm going to leave you, and until the next video, thank you so much for watching.